Good morning guys, it's the 27th of December, it's just after 9 in the morning and we're in the Cambridge office getting ready to set up today to continue working on the project that I've been setting up for the last couple of days. Okay, Q&A time. First question comes from Peter in Sweden. What software did you use to create the Christmas message? Well, Peter, the software that I use for all sorts of some animated graphics is Apple's Motion. It's an incredible package and I will try and do a couple of vlogs on it, although I only really know how to use some very basic functions. Most of what you saw in that Christmas message was stock footage that was compiled together in Motion. Motion has the ability for you to create multiple layers, so you can take some snow and you can take a few other things and mix them all together and they look really quite impressive, and then just layer some motion graphics for titling on top of that, a few lens flares, and you're pretty much, you've got what I created for the Christmas message. So Apple's Motion, in the UK I think it's about £40. It's incredible value, but it has a very, very steep learning curve, so be aware if you're getting into it, don't give up straight away. You can do some pretty impressive things with only a small amount of knowledge. Okay, David in New York, is the whole blog going to be from your home office? Well, obviously, as I'm in the company office today, no, it's not. As I mentioned in an earlier blog, I have been recovering from surgery, which has kept me kind of grounded at home. My plan during 2017 is to take the vlog on the road. I already have confirmed travel plans at the end of January. I'll be in Amsterdam for a week, so expect to see some vlogs from there. And I'm also at the moment in the process of planning a trip to the Far East, certainly to Malaysia, to Singapore, Hong Kong, and probably over into China as well. And if all goes well, I'll fit in some time in Tokyo. So it really just depends on how things come together. Obviously with Chinese New Year coming at the end of January, trips to China need to be done early in January before everybody starts to disappear and make the long trek home. Susan on Twitter, can I adopt Scooby? He seems lovely. Scooby is lovely, and Scooby would probably go with you because Scooby just loves people who will pay him attention. But unfortunately, no, he's not up for adoption. Scooby and I have been best pals for 8 years, and there's no way I'm letting him go. Okay, I think this will make this the last one. Justin, who doesn't give any other details other than who he is, says, why do you keep doing these vlogs when you get so few views? Justin, this is quite a long, involved answer, so I'll try and be brief. I don't do these vlogs for anybody else except myself. I do them because I find they help me be creative. They get me into a frame of mind that means for the other parts of my life that you don't see on these vlogs, it puts me in a much more creative mindset. So I do them for me. The number of people that watch them is almost irrelevant. Obviously it's nice when I see that I'm touching on subjects that people like and I see more views than some subjects that people don't like, but I do them for myself, and I think that's a good lesson for life. If you spend your life worrying about what other people think, you will live a pretty unhappy life. Enjoy your life, do what you want to do what makes you happy, and don't worry about what other people think about it. You know, if the vlog only got one viewer and that was my wife and she watched it because she felt obliged to watch it, that would make me happy. This is not about being the next Casey Neistat or anything like that. I'm doing this because it's something that I want to do. Okay, that wraps up Q&A. I need to get this room set up for some work I need to do today, so I better get on. Okay, so that's everything set up. The two endpoints are now registered to our Starleaf cloud. The recorder, which I talked about the other day, is now in line. So for the next hour or so, I'm going to be recording different call scenarios and then taking the output from those files and bringing it into the edit package, and then eventually it will all come together to make that corporate video that I was talking about. So in order to capture all the different streams that I need for this video, it's rather a complicated setup. So we have an external audio recorder here, and this is my master reference audio. So the actual audio that I use will be what's captured by this. But I use also the audio that's picked up from this microphone here, which is connected to the recorder that is connected to the video endpoint. And this allows me to synchronize the video exactly by making sure that the audio streams are in sync. We also have a laptop running a piece of software called Camtasia. Camtasia allows you to capture the screen, but also your own audio as well. So again, we have an audio signal here, we have an audio signal here, and we have an audio signal here. And the three allow us to synchronize the video exactly. So here I'm capturing the video from a life-size endpoint. I've already done the Polycom endpoint this morning. So we'll run through and capture the video from this one, and then we'll be done. Then all we have to do is do the piece on the green screen and put it all together. Okay, I got everything that I needed today. We captured all the footage from the endpoints. That's all now going to go into the mix with some recordings which I'll do tomorrow on this green screen, and then we'll bring the whole thing together into one piece of video that can be used as part of a corporate messaging campaign. I think I need to get out of here now. I need to go find some lunch. It's already past 1 o'clock, so I think I need to go find some food. And I also want to go take a look at the beginnings of a new road that is being built past the village where I live. So there's a road called the A14 in the UK. It's a kind of a small freeway, but it's also one of the major routes for traffic that is going to the East Coast ports. And consequently, we get an awful lot of trucks, we get an awful lot of problems, and when there is an accident, the road just jams up and there is no ability for anybody to go anywhere. So this new road is long overdue. It will help solve some of the capacity problems. It's going to take about 5 years for them to build it. It's quite a major construction. So I'm going to go take a look at the beginnings of what's starting, and over the next number of years we'll continue to follow this project to see how this new road starts to take shape. This is the A14. This is the local arterial route that brings all the traffic from the centre of the country out to the East Coast ports. As you can see, even on a bank holiday, it's still crazy busy. Some days it is at a complete standstill. Luckily, they're building a brand new one alongside it. So just over my shoulder is the beginnings of a new construction village. This is where the hundreds of workers that are going to build this new road are going to live. And over the next few months, you're going to see a complete transformation of this area as the new road starts to take shape. So this is normal. This is a regular bank holiday. In fact, this is pretty good. The traffic's actually moving, even though there's thousands of cars per minute going past. So it was a little too noisy today to film out the A14, but this is such a massive construction project. I think it'll be of interest to a lot of people. My plan is, starting in about a month's time, is to put up a drone at least once a month and sort of take an aerial view of the construction site, because the construction site runs for nearly 20 miles in each direction. And having some aerial footage where we can compare month to month, we can actually see how the project's progressing. Well, that's it for the vlog today. Thank you very much to everybody who's subscribed. If you haven't, it's not too late. You can click on the subscribe button that's about to appear up here. More content coming every single day, and as we get into January and I get back into my international travels, expect to see the vlog coming from the four corners of the earth. Thanks guys, see you tomorrow.